Okay, this is Prophet Rohe Nabi coming at you this morning. Family prophet to the angel of the church, to the Laodiceans who are Israelites. Now, I want to talk about this Omarosa situation. I want to talk about this Omarosa situation and how our people really shouldn't be involved in politics. And so, what I'm going to do is screen share some things with you. And I want to use this situation with Omarosa to show you what happens in Christianity, what happens with Israelites, what happens with human beings in general when they get so ambitious for material gain. What they do is they subdue and subvert their conscience, if they have one in the first place. So I'm going to share my screen with you all, and we're going to go through a montage of interviews with Omarosa. And I want to show you some of the elements of her relationship with Trump that's endemic and reflective of the type of things that people do in order to get the bag, get their weight up, get social status. People will sell their souls. It could be in a political, an economic, or religious atmosphere. They will do it just to be next to somebody that's rich. People will sell their soul. They will coon out for mama and daddy. If they have money, they will coon out, buck dance, buck their eyes, and everything. They have no guts. They're not worthy of the kingdom. They're worthy of damnation. I didn't say they was going to be damned. I didn't say I'm sending them to there. I said that's what they're worthy of, because they don't have no backbone. You got husbands that don't have no backbone because they got a wife with a big mouth. They can't even speak their mind around their own house because their wife has a big mouth. And they're afraid that their wife is going to withhold something from them. Nobody has nothing. No, let me say it this way. Nobody should have anything that's so valuable to you that you're going to subdue who you are and your conscience, and especially the truth. You're going to throw the truth under the bus because this person got something way more valuable to you than the truth. I don't care if it's money. I don't care if it's fame. I don't care if it's power. If a person doesn't love you, they don't have nothing of value to take from you. They really don't. If they don't love you and they don't love the truth, and if you are supposed to be serving the Most High and you love Him, they shouldn't have anything that it's impossible for them to have anything of more greater value than your relationship with the Most High and serving Him out of a heart of love, not fear, not horror, not terror, out of love. If a person don't love you, they already took the best gift that they could ever give you away from you. They took the most valuable gift they could ever take from you if they don't love you the way the Most High say they should love you. Not this little nigga love where you abuse people and kill them, abort their children, and then you turn around and say you love them. No, 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 stop. That's not the love of God. Come on, y'all. That's not the love of the Most High. Yeah. Your mama will kill one of your children and then turn around and tell you, I've always loved you, with tears welling up in their eyes. Yo, that's not the love of the Most High. That's why we better know what it is. Let's look at it. Let's get that. Your father will rape you and then turn around and say, I've always loved you. Impregnate you and say, I always loved you. I never meant to hurt you. Y'all, that's not the love of the Most High, y'all. Newsflash. Ah, y'all better stop all this little phony demonic love stuff. Demonic love stories between you and your father, and you was 5 years old when he first started having relations with you. Y'all, stop. That's not the love of God. This man is a monster. What? Let me see. I can read anything here, actually. For this message, let me see what I want to read here. Let me see here. But 1 John 2, 3 and 4. And hereby we do know that we know him if we keep his commandments. And this is the same way you know you love him. He that saith, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments, is a liar. And the truth is not in him. They're liars, y'all. They are liars. They don't love you. Look at this, verse 17. 1 John chapter 3, verse 17. But whosoever hath this world's good and see his brother have need and shut up his bowels of compassion for him, how dwelleth the love of God in him? This is how you know if a person loves you. They have a surplus and abundance and they won't give it to you. They say stupid stuff. Oh, well, I'll give it to y'all when I'm dead. You already dead. You don't love us. Let me tell you something. If somebody doesn't love you with the love of the Most High, they're already dead to you and you to them. They don't love you. You got to get that through your head. Even if you, come on, I'm going to help some people this morning. Even if you live with them or they live with you out of necessity, y'all don't love each other. Just because you live with somebody and you eat with somebody, it don't mean that they love you. Just because they're your mama and your daddy and they're your children and your son and your daughter, it don't mean they love you, y'all. I know this is a hard thing to take in, but it's true. You're going to know if somebody loves you by their fruits. Look at this. 1 John chapter 3, verse 17. Look at this, y'all. Whosoever hateth his brother is a murderer. Verse 15, 1 John 3:15. And ye know that no murderer hath eternal life abiding in him, whereby perceive we the love of God. And it's talking about as it relates to somebody saying that you're your brother, Ak. They calling you Ak, implying that they love you. But look at this. Whosoever hateth his Ak is a murderer. And ye know that no murderer hath eternal life abiding in him. Hereby perceive we the love of Yahuwah, because he laid down his life for us. And we ought to lay down our lives for our brethren. If somebody don't want to share their abundance with you, and you call them mother, father, son, daughter, uncle, grandmama, and all this stuff, but they won't share nothing with you, they won't even ask you if you need anything, they don't love you. They don't. Don't even expect nothing from them, really. I don't care how much of it they have. They don't love you. They hate you. But whosoever that hath this world's good and see his brothers have need and shut up his bowels, you see your ox need something and you shut your bowels up, but you say you love him. Y'all brothers, ox, shut up. How dwelleth the love of Yahuwah in him? My little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth. See, the Bible has given us a definition of how to love and what it looks like, but we don't like that. Why? Because we blood relatives. We don't like this definition of love. Why? Because we was raised in the same house. We got the same mama and the same daddy. Please, you'll be better off with being brothers. You're probably closer brothers to people that's not even related to you than you are to people that you grew up with. Real talk. But I want to play this clip here, and I want y'all to see this. Let me see. Let me make sure y'all all can see this.
One of my greatest regrets. So by working on this campaign and then going to the White House, you saw a side of him that you had not seen in the 14 previous years. Within the first week, when they passed the travel ban, they called it a travel ban, but you and I know it was a Muslim ban. And I went to them to explain, him and Stephen Miller and Steve Bannon, and said, this is a ban towards people of color. And they're like, what? I was like, 90% of Muslims are people of color. You are banning people of color from coming to the country. And they're like, you can't look at it that way. They're coming from dangerous countries. And I said, this is absolutely ridiculous. And that was the first sign that this administration was going to try to harm people of color through their policies, decisions, and actions. We talked about it on my show.
It's really interesting that she said this is the first sign that she got that Trump was targeting Black people. But she had known him for 14 years prior. Y'all, come on, y'all. If this is Christianity thinking, cult thinking 101. And I would even say it's Hebrew Israelite thinking. It's like anytime you get around religious people, and I know that stuff that Hebrew Israelites say, oh, it's not a religion. Shut up. It is a religion, y'all. It's nothing wrong with it being a religion. I don't really get that argument. I mean, when you go to James 1:27, it clearly comes out and tells you what pure religion is. Pure religion is the faith of the Israelites. That's what true. There's nothing wrong with religion, y'all. You're not going to be more holier by not calling it religion. You're not going to be more holy by calling it something else. Stop the word games, y'all. Oh, well, it's not a religion, it's a nation. Just stop it. It's wasting time.
People who have been removed from this administration, who have made racist comments, whether on radio, whether on print. Why do you think folks who are racist are very comfortable in this administration? They're very comfortable because there is a dog whistle that goes out to let them know.
Now she understands that there's a dog whistle that goes out. Now she understands that there's code that white people have that are around Donald Trump. It was like that when she was on The Apprentice. She knew it back then. But guess what? It was not financially expedient for her to out the man at that time. because she had to get her weight up and had to get a bag. She wanted to get her hand on the money bag before she exposed this guy. And I'm afraid, y'all, this is how Hebrew Israelites are and Christians are. They will go to a church where the pastor is molesting the children and nobody will say nothing. Why? Because everybody's trying to get something for themselves. Maybe it's a job, maybe it's a business connection, maybe it's a wife, maybe it's a husband, who knows? Maybe it's a political platform. So a lot of wicked people will huddle in one place. And it becomes a cauldron of evil and wickedness. So you don't really have honest people you're dealing with, because it's a syndicate of evil. And this is what she was doing.
No, it's now safe to say whatever you want to say. Things that used to be said in private and behind the scenes are now openly stated. And then
So she knew these things were being said behind the scenes, but she didn't have her personal weight up. She didn't have her hands on the bag yet. So she kept her mouth closed. Y'all, this kind of stuff happens in Christianity, in Hebrew Israelite assemblies, in One West camps, in politics, everywhere, jobs. So this really means that you really don't have a lot of people that's really about truth, even the ones who claim to be preaching it.
Get busted, they say, oh, we didn't know that was harmful. Like saying, don't monkey this up with in Florida. Yeah, he said, oh, I didn't know that was a racial statement. That's absolutely not true. Donald Trump has set an environment that's conducive for these folks to show their true colors. And their true colors are that they do not care about people of color, and they are not trying to advance any agenda that will build unity.
I don't like this people of color talk. I want people to come straight out and say it. And for her, I would rather for her to say black people, not people of color. It's black people that Donald Trump has a problem with.
In this country, you're a person of faith. What do you say to white evangelicals, white conservative evangelicals who say nothing, who, when he makes his comments, they do nothing?
I want to go back a little bit, and I want to play some things that I noted that are time stamped. Our people so slow. We so opportunistic. We will sacrifice our conscience just to get close to a racist who got a big bag. We will sacrifice our people just to get a bag. And then after we get the bag, we say, okay, now I'm going to go help my people. It'll be too late then. That's the okie doke of Satan. That's the Jedi mind trick of Satan. But after I get the bag, then I'll go help my people. Please. I know people who have gotten bags, and guess what? They kick their people to the curb hard. And that proves they never loved their own people. Never.
Says it, and so
listen to this.
It's true. He just made a statement. Don't believe what you see, only believe what you hear from me. And that's because he has this cult.
And she wasn't alarmed about him saying that. Only what you hear from me. The reason why she wasn't alarmed, because why? She didn't get her hand on the bag.
Following a cult of personality that will actually believe the things that are coming out of his mouth. You talked about.
So she says that he has a cult of personality. Guess what? She was a member of that cult for 15 years. Now she's spilling the beans. Why? Because it's financially expedient for her. I believe Omarosa is going to be real huge as a result of this. I don't think this lady's going away. She got too much documentation, and she's pretty shrewd. She's a very shrewd woman. Not only beautiful, but shrewd and intelligent.
that you did and what the black folks you were trying to help. One of the big issues, obviously, was HBCUs.
I'm gonna go somewhere else with this.
Lots of fire for that. The presidents went there. The photo they took in the Oval Office. And do you believe that, based upon again what you've read here, that was the one area you were able to at least do something while you were there?
I want to show y'all something.
He said once they confess, that's when he went after them. But during the campaign, though, when first of all, after they'd been exonerated, settlement paid, he was asked. He said, "I still stand by it." That was last year while we were in the White House. He stood by even with DNA, and I said, "Are you crazy? There's DNA evidence that shows that they did not do this." And
so she's talking about the Central Five that were accused of murdering that lady and raping her. And they found they had exonerated them with DNA evidence. So she approaches Donald Trump and wanted to know face to face, what's up? And look what happened.
He still said, "I believe they were guilty," which is when I came to realize that it wasn't just him processing information wrong. There was something serious and wrong with Donald Trump.
Look at this. Look how willing she is to give the benefit of the doubt. It's not that he was just processing information wrong. See, you better be very careful of our people who love giving the benefit of the doubt to enemies. These people are suspect. No, well, you know, we could be wrong. No. Historically speaking, are we wrong? No. Historically speaking, we are on point. Is that candy? Boy, I wish that was some candy. That smells good. You smell like some good tangerine candy. But anyway, sorry. But, and I want to tell you, a lot of our women, some of our men, but a lot of our women love giving the benefit of the doubt to Satan. They love it. And it always messes us up. And you would think our women would know better than that. I would rather err on the side of being wrong about how much of a devil they are than giving them the benefit of the doubt of being good. Look, y'all, look at the track record since we've been here in captivity. Wow. But this is what a lot of our women do, because they get into their what? Feelings. Forget about history. Forget about the track record. My feelings are being overwashed with just, oh, look at their face. Look how white they look. They look so innocent. That Stockholm syndrome start kicking in on their mind. You can't help them. You're gonna have to kick them to the curb, because you gotta let them stay over there with their feelings and wringing their hands. You just got to kick them to the curb while they're doing that and keep it moving. We can't keep doing this, y'all. These people are our enemies, but we don't believe that because the people got long hair. So we don't think they're enemies. Oh boy. And they plastered all across all magazines and TV stations. So how could they be an enemy? And they I'm telling you, this is really how our people think.
I will never apologize. I will never backtrack. Yet he loves to demand apologies from other people. And Donald Trump never apologizes. That is his MO. That is something that he is committed to in life.
So he has a cult following. He never apologizes. Be very careful of people who don't apologize. People who don't apologize do not forgive. They do not do it. I don't care what they say. They are liars. They do not forgive. They don't have the heart of the Most High. They just don't do it. They don't. She says that Donald Trump never says he's sorry about anything. Now, she's been knowing this for 15 years. She didn't just learn this when he became president. Anybody who doesn't forgive really is a demon. They just sitting around stewing in secret about something you said or did to them. They ain't forgave you. They actually waiting for you to do it again.
Believes it's a sign of weakness, so he will never ever apologize. So which I think makes him look more weak. It doesn't make him look strong. So you believe that trip at the Bible book where?
And I noticed that a lot of people, there are people that are leaders in organizations, and they never say they're sorry. Never. No matter how much collateral damage and fallout is from it, they don't say they're sorry. Why? Because they're in the mode of self-preservation. And these people never forgive. They got the memory of an elephant. If you cross them, oh, please, forget it. It's basically done. I want to show y'all another clip. Listen to this.
It exists. And what I regret is that these people are probably trying to leverage it as
I want to go back a little bit.
Hearing these rumors over and over again. And when I had an opportunity to meet up with 3 different sources, they described the same exact statements. After I closed the book, I had an opportunity to go out in Los Angeles and sit down with the person who actually has a copy of the tape. And I heard his voice as clear as you and I.
Now, this is a tape where Donald Trump was calling us niggas. Okay. This lady knew that this man, she probably even heard him say nigga before, but she didn't have the bag yet. So she just laid low. Now she called herself helping us. No, all she doing is doing more of helping herself by even bringing this out. And I'm not saying she shouldn't bring it out. I'm just saying, come on. This is opportunistic, and I take my hat off to her. There's no honor among thieves, and there shouldn't be.
Heard the tape. I have heard since publication of this book. Absolutely. So you know it exists. And I know it exists. And what I regret is that these people are probably trying to leverage it as this October surprise. I don't want to be a part of that. But I have heard for 2 years that it existed. And once I heard it for myself, it was confirmed what I feared the most, that Donald Trump is a con and has been masquerading as someone who is acting.
How is this that this lady been working with him 14 years, 15 years, and she didn't know he was a con till now? Come on, y'all. We're going to stop having to be stupid people. You got people that go to churches that say, yeah, Eddie Long, he's molesting somebody. Y'all shut up, you devil.
Actually open to engaging with diverse communities, but when he talks that way, the way he did on this tape, it confirmed that he is truly a racist. Why didn't you get that in your book? Close too soon, and I have been tracking. This person is so afraid because of the forces who are working to keep this tape from coming out. I mean, we first heard about it in the fall of 2016, got on a conference call with Katrina Pearson, Lynn Patton, and Jason Miller.
Look at this, y'all. Donald Trump is an older man, a senior citizen. He's been a racist all his life, and she just found out 15 years. Y'all, people do the same stuff like this in churches. Oh, I didn't know he was a child molester. I didn't know he was a whore. I didn't know he had kiddie porn on his phone. He been your pastor ever since you was a baby. I saw a YouTube video one time where a pastor was sitting in the church watching porn, and somebody was filming him doing it, and they uploaded it to YouTube. I was like, he was in the church, and they was getting the Holy Ghost like the Pentecostals do. They was getting the Holy Ghost, the Ruach, right? And they was looking at him, and guess what? Lady was on there. I was like, wow. I don't know what happened to the pastor or who the pastor was, but I was like, wow, amazing. So I just wanted to come on here and just share this with you all. There's a lot of other things. Yeah, I want to read this to you. And she called Donald Trump her friend. Look at this. In Sirach 7:6, look what it says. For thou wouldst get a friend. Prove him first. She proved him after 15 years. The Bible says prove him first, not after 15 years. And be not hasty to credit him. Y'all, oh, yeah. Speaking of crediting him, I want to play something else. Some other stuff, smack she was talking. When she was asking people to get on the coon train with her, which was the Trump, she said Trump train, but it's really the coon train. Listen to this.
As you'll see in the book, is losing his mental faculties. The White House has fired back in a statement, quote, "This book is riddled with lies and false accusations. It's sad for you. We've had tremendous success together. You helped make me a star. Dennis, she helped to make me a star. But Omarosa, you're fired." In 2016, she joined the Trump campaign as Director of African American Outreach on the Trail, and subsequently as the most senior African American woman on the White House staff. And she became one of Mr. Trump's most vocal supporters.
When I say Trump train, I want you to say choo choo.
This is so difficult to watch. And this diamond and silk, what kind of women are these? Look at these diamond and silk women. What kind of women are these? It's something strange about the way they look. You talk about coons. See, I'm not familiar with this kind of look that they have. The way they face and everything is made up. It just look. And there's Omarosa right in the middle of the coon train and white supremacy. Wow.
Y'all ready? Every critic.
Listen to this.
Every detractor will have to bow down to President Trump.
Now, you see that? She was in the process of getting the bag. Every detractor, every person that is going to have to bow down to God. That's all I hear. When I hear Donald Trump say, "Make America great again," I hear him saying, "Make white supremacy greater again." That's all I hear. And so when she say, "You're going to have to bow down to Trump," she's saying, hey, everybody's going to have to bow down to white daddy. These are the people that you always have our women want to give the benefit of the doubt for the ones that they in their hearts are rooting for.
The honor to travel around the country with the president for the last 2 years. You all know him as the president. I know him as a friend. I know his heart.
But since
she knows
was
his
fired
heart.
in December, she's turned on President Trump, and now in her new book, she calls the president a racist, a bigot, and a misogynist, and says he is losing his mental faculties. The White House has fired back in a statement, quote, "This book is riddled with lies and false accusations. It's sad that a disgruntled former White House employee is trying to profit off these false attacks." And Omarosa has a recording that she says she recently made, that she secretly made of her firing by John Kelly.
We've got to talk. But anyway, we don't have to check. We don't have to listen to the whole thing. But I just wanted to share that with you all. A Black woman talking about bowing down to our enemies. A Black woman. Good morning, son. You see why a lot of our people, the Most High is going to have them killed. You see why? A lot of our people want us to bow down. And the first inkling of it is, well, give them the benefit of the doubt. Next thing you know, they sitting around talking about, yeah, you have to bow down to him. Yeah, it starts off. That's how it starts off. Yeah, give them the benefit of the doubt. You know, it's some good white people. And then the next thing you know, you're going to have to bow down to Uncle Trump, right? And worship him, right? Watch out for our people that love that benefit of the doubt stuff. It's some good white people. Let me tell you something. In a system of white supremacy, where all white people benefit off of killing and hurting us, in that context, there is no good white people. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because none of them good white people can save us from that oppression. And none of them have. So in that context, there are no good. I don't care about the good white person who gave you a car, a job, introduce you to your wife. In the grand scheme of things, y'all, that's like spitting in the ocean. That don't mean that they're good white people. When I say a good white people, when I say the phrase good, there are no good white people, I say it in the context of the system of white supremacy and our oppression. I know that there are good individuals that are Caucasian. I know that. But as far as a system, it ain't no way for them to help us as a nation. So in that context, there are no white people. I know for some of y'all, that's too complex of thinking pattern for you to grasp. I'm not talking about the nice person on your job that always smile at you and y'all sit down and have coffee and little what, biscuits. I'm not talking about that person, y'all. Y'all, we're in a system of white supremacy. That person sitting down with you eating crackers and coffee ain't gonna free you from white supremacy. But you talk, oh boy, see, I don't know what, and then you come up from a little snack like that with them. It's like, boy, these black people need to get off of this hate. They need to stop talking about white folks. There's some good white folks out there. I just had coffee with one of them. You are stupid. And you need to be marginalized and isolated, really, and punished. Trying to brainwash us into loving all white people because Becky sat down with you and had a latte at Starbucks. Boy, I'm sick of this, y'all. Anyway, this is Prophet Rohei Nabi, family prophet to the angel of the church of the Laodicean, signing out, saying shalom. Y'all, just, stop all this stuff. These people hate us, y'all. The ultimate solution is to kill us off. While you sitting around eating danishes and croissants and got a latte in your hand, feeling all cozy in your heart because a white Becky with her blue eyes is staring at you smiling. You feel like you in heaven with a cup of coffee when you in that situation. Oh my God. we some suckers. All right, I'm out of here, y'all. Shalom.